You admire your role models because they inspire you by achieving an untapped potential that you recognize you already have within yourself. Good morning, challengers, and welcome to day 7 of the 21 Days to Discover You Challenge. When you think of values, what do you think of? Today, we will identify 5 to 10 values that are most important to you. These are your guiding principles that shape your decisions, actions, and essentially your lives. They serve as a moral compass for how you live and experience life. So how do you uncover your core values? Now, some of you might already know what they are. Even if you do, I'd like you to still go through this exercise because sometimes as we grow, as we change, values also can change. So let's see if they're still the same or if you get any clarity around them. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually also going to put a link in the description for you to take a look at for a list of values you can get ideas from in case you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Now, the first thing when we're thinking about defining our values we want to do is think about the most memorable experiences we've had. What was happening in that situation? What values were you leaning into? Now, some of these memorable experiences, maybe you've already thought about them in the last couple of days. Maybe you have some new ones. So really look at this list and think about which of these values were present in that memorable experience. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to actually think of the exact opposite. So in what situations did you find yourself angry, frustrated, or upset? What was happening there? And what values were you suppressing? So often when we feel a discomfort or anger or frustration, it's usually because we're out of alignment with ourselves. So really think about what are you suppressing in those situations. And lastly, what you're going to think about is what is the most important thing in your life? Other than basic human needs and your cell phone, what do you need to feel fulfilled? And so you should have probably already have answered some of this in one of these previous days that we just had. So another way you can think about this also is think about who your role models are. What about them do you admire? You may admire them because they have attained something that you're lacking, but what I want you to consider, and more of a reframe of this, is you admire your role models because they inspire you by achieving an untapped potential that you recognize you already have within yourself. So as you do this exercise, you're going to have a laundry list of values, and that's not what we want. So what you're going to do now is you're going to group these different values that you've found and identify themes for each of the groups. And these themes, you should come up with anywhere from 5 to 10 of them, will be your core values. And essentially, these are what you're using consciously or unconsciously to make decisions and take different actions throughout your life. So there's a really nice quote by Mahatma Gandhi. It goes like this: your beliefs become your thoughts become your words become your actions become your habits become your values, and your values become your destiny. So what is your destiny, folks? And if you stayed till the end today, I do have a tip of the day for you. And that tip is when you're doing this exercise, consider prioritizing authenticity. So identify the values that truly resonate with who you are at your core, rather than those you think you should have or that others expect you to have. So sometimes we pick values from our families and religion and other people around us, but it might not necessarily align with who we are as individuals. So for example, if you come from a family where money is hard to come by, and so you really hold on to all of the money you have, yet you want to value an abundant life, an abundant mindset. And so you value having money and spending it and investing it in yourself and growing so that you can then attract more money to you. So the mindset that you grew up with doesn't necessarily align with the mindset you have now. So those values are disconnected. And so the same way it can be good or bad, we're not really going to say. It's more of just the value and how does it resonate with you? Does it give you like a tightening in your muscles, or does it make you feel ease and it makes you feel good? And so that's generally how you're going to figure out if this is your value or this is something that's been instilled in you, but it's not really your value. So don't be afraid to challenge what you already know so far, because embracing your authentic values will lead you to greater alignment, fulfillment, and happiness in life. So I really hope you enjoy this. I'm very curious what all of your values are that you're coming up with. And thank you again for joining us in this challenge and being curious to discover, unleash, and transform yourself so that you can lead your extraordinary life. And I appreciate all of the time you're spending with me here, and I will see you again tomorrow.